the grand final of the playoffs of NSL 2017. We will decide who will join the Ascension phase as the number 1 and the number 2, as TH and Infi are already in the quarterfinal of the Ascension phase locked in. So whoever wins this best of 5 has the best position for the Ascension phase that's coming up later this year in Shanghai in an offline event. We have ReMinD versus Moon. The statistics are highly staked against Moon. It is 4-1 in matches and 7-3 in maps, favoring ReMinD. Far side of W3 info suggests the 60% win for Moon, though, as he does seem to have the better shape currently. But, alright. Here are the two players. Both fairly old. Moon, of course, married, father of a child. ReMinD, still kind of a bachelor guy. He does have a girlfriend, though. We asked him about that. And he has 72% win rate versus Night Elf. That's just incredible. In a matchup where it's oftentimes about a single heal scroll or something like that, he makes it work, man. He makes it work. And yeah, since ReMinD came through the winner bracket, he does have a 1-0 advantage. So he just has to win 2 maps. Moon has to win 3 maps. The hunt is on. Off we go.
Alrighty. And of course, demons are to be expected, or rather Demon Hunter is of course the guy I'm talking about. We haven't seen bear mirrors in Asia for a long time. When Rudan was at GCS, him and Hihi both, they like the bear mirror. But when we look further east towards Korea, that really doesn't seem to be the matter. And of course, with these guys playing a lot of ladder and also, I imagine, playing a few practice games as well, they must know each other inside and out. We're going to be expecting talents here with archers, with a Naga, the old school style. This map, though, AZ, a lot of water in the middle, also a lot of open ground. So this the one map where I certainly don't expect mass Ancients of War, which just by themselves have become pretty rare anyways.
On Turtle Rock, we see it quite often. But I think that is vetoed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, by Moon. Doesn't want to play that. Echo Else is banned on ReMinD's side. So creeping starts, and yeah, you said the style of Koreans is a little different compared to the Chinese, and isn't it surprising how bad Korea did in GCS, and now top 1 and top 2 are both coming from Korea?
Yeah, I think that was just like the one disastrous event that happens very rarely, that one given enough sample size won't be the case, but absolutely you're right. Last GCS, not a single Korean in the playoffs. You just think about that. The year before, Lin, of course, being in the grand final against 1-2-0. And speaking of Lin, our next qualifier is going to be pretty damn intense. It's going to be over the weekend. The last one to find out who's going to be coming from Asia. But yeah, we're going to stick with our Knight of Mirror here with our Korean contestants. Pretty even. So far, we have a slightly faster tech going on for ReMinD.
Because there's a Hunter's Hall for Moon.
Wow.
European style. Maybe he is taking a play out of Foggy's book. Haven't seen that from him in quite some time.
Always reminds me of Sonic, like the early Huntress play.
I think it was Warchi first who did it. But yeah, nowadays it's definitely a Sonic playstyle.
Remind you, by the way, with the horrible items, double cloak and the ring.
Yeah, that
really
is
not what we wanted.
incredibly bad. Moon on the other side with slippers, circlet, and gauntlet, so more damage, more HP, more everything. And tier 2, as you mentioned, Huntress are coming. So, ReMinD, what is he going to do? We see 3 archers, 4th one is coming, and a Huntress Hall, so it is actually a bear mirror.
What? I was so expecting for one of them to be going for the archer shredder push here.
Yeah. Ah, yeah, shredder push, exactly.
Which we see.
Did he just deny 2 units with his archer? Oh, he still gets level 3 and portals out against one Huntress.
Yeah. I
What?
really don't think that was necessary.
So good early game for Moon. Good items. Town Portal gone for ReMinD. With the Huntress, he does have quite a bit of options now. What he's going to do now. Aggression, creeping. They're always superior. And he uproots the Engine of War, of course, to creep more.
Oh, check out the Wisps. Moon is sending 4 Wisps over from the main. He's using one of the archers here for Sentry Ward. Sees the Demon Hunter. What's he gonna buy? Nothing really. Just takes a look at the shop and decides, oh, my budget's too low currently. Has to save his archers instead in the main. There's quite a bit of Moon Juice to be used, but they are revealed. Can't go into Shadow Meld at the moment. So far, no units lost, but a lot of Moon Juice forced.
So, with those Wisps, AP push? Very, very likely. He's not going for it now. Not even building them hidden in the at the right.
And that micro here from ReMinD could be a little bit better, losing another archer. So it was a 2 archer for 1 Huntress trade. And second hero in the middle is, of course, the Naga. Is it still gonna be a Shredder push, but with hunts? Ancient, Trio of Ages is researching the Nature's Blessing here, and yeah, we do have APs coming up, at least the first one. And with the Naga now being here, this demon is having a rough time, for ReMinD.
ReMinD is going for a Keeper of the Grove, so a few of those Wisps can be used for detonate against the Entangle, but at first he has to take care of his Demon Hunter, who's down to like 1/3. He does have a replenishment potion, which is nice. Cancels the first building, that was the shop, not too important, I think. But yeah, he buys a lot of time for his APs.
Oh, and now the Keeper. He's not burning him. Oh, he doesn't have the mana for burn, that's why. Oh, but he's... Alright, he's zipping up here. Using the Entangle now. This is a lot of damage towards the first hero for Moon. Another Entangle might be his death even. So he has to be careful, and there's another one coming. There we go. Can he transfer something? He tries for the TP. And... oh, the Keeper of the Grove. Will he be the counter? No.
So he has to keep those APs hidden. It's the furthest distance you can imagine now. Tier 2 is finished for Moon. No lores, more Huntress only. So this tier 2 push, tier 2 tag was only for the Naga. But what can ReMinD do now? I mean, 3 APs up.
But at the moment they're not in range of anything.
And of course he wants to hide them until the rest of the army is there. And now the Ents march forward. Very, very unique play by Moon.
Oh, but the first one is taking a lot of damage. Has to go back though.
And now it's daytime. Moon Juice situation is bad. Goes for an Entangle to get some more XP. Works.
And here's the
but
first
Reju is there.
We're gonna have another bear coming in, but it's still only halfway through tier 3, man. He's far away from the master training.
I really like that he skipped the Dryads entirely just to go for Reju early. That works quite well. Also the Entangles. Next pickup here. Out leveling the Demon Hunter of Moon quite hard. Now it's mass pressure. More Wisps are coming for repair.
Needs to make Moonwells fast. 4 APs, man. The damage here is sick. We're not seeing any misses, by the way. Ah, there we go.
In the base of Moon, still no lore. Just more Huntress. Repair Wisps are there now. His army is ridiculously small, but I like that. Shop edition in the back for Moon.
Oh, and now the bears, you don't want to lose them. They're gonna get so much stronger with Master, but he loses one of them. Very expensive loss. And yeah, how's he gonna break through this, man?
He's supply stuck. He will be supply stuck for quite a while. Zapper being intercepted. Getting one Huntress out of it, but that's it. So yeah, second Moonwell falls. And he's not rebuilding them anywhere. Just going for master training now. He's supply stuck forever. Nice position of Moon with his APs, man. Really well done.
Seems like such a simple strategy. Just go for a bit of pressure, kill an archer or two, and then mass APs. And I guess this is where bear play has its weaknesses. It takes a long time to come online.
This is the last remaining Moonwell. Orb now. He's trying to rebuild one. Trying to go for the Demon Hunter there. Of course, he can get rid of the Hunters and Archers really quickly. But with all those Wisps, I think it's very hard to kill the APs. And no Reju anymore.
And the bears, they are pretty tanky, of course, but they can't fight through these Ancients.
No.
No way.
Almost zero experience on the Naga, but still Moon is in such a dominating position. Attacking the Engine of Lore now. Slowly but steady crawling forward. And even against heroes, man, this piercing damage still does a lot of damage. Kills the first one.
He's gonna get the first AP here at the very least, but man, it came at a big cost. One bear down, and this is it. GG.
Damn, Moon is strong today.
He's so decisive, right?
Yeah.
He goes for a lot of all-in strategies, but he always plays them well. They always work out.
And Remo, we didn't say this in the last series, but Moon equalizes now in a best of 5, and that means we're down to a best of 3.
That's right. Maximum of 3 maps remaining. And I thought this might be a quick one for ReMinD, especially with the past that these two have had with each other, but this seems to be Moon's tournament, man.
Yeah, right. Next map is Last Refuge, and I'm pretty damn sure we're gonna see talents here.
Yeah, we do that. We do see that a lot, and also this is a map where if one of the players is going for bears, which is kind of greedy, I guess you could call it, then an AP push, Ancient of War push, something like that, maybe even with a Tinker tier 3 and talents, can find yourself in a lot of danger.
So there was this crazy game of Shishi versus Moon, and I keep forgetting if Moon won bears or talents. I think it was bears, which was a surprise, but then I figured out that on LR he likes to go bears. I wonder if he's doing it again, or if it's just the memory tricking me a bit here.
Would almost surprise me. It seems like Moon always wants to force the issue early, like not invest too much into the late game, but be very active earlier on. Of course, he can switch up his playstyle, obviously.
Yeah, and that's the biggest strength of Moon right now, right? That he's pretty unpredictable. I mean, you never know what kind of first hero he goes for, especially in Night of Versus Human. And now, there's so many strategies in Night of Mirror that are viable that you have also no idea what he's doing. And the big mistake of ReMinD was not scouting those APs. Otherwise, he could have killed a few more.
Yeah, I can see that. Maybe he was a little scared with losing his TP so early on, which seemed weird to us.
Yeah, really.
Didn't seem necessary. He still had like 160 HP, but I guess rather safe than sorry. And then didn't feel secure enough to go out and look for those, maybe. But yeah, that was not the ReMinD that we've seen before. There was definitely room for improvement. Something to mention as well is the items were really bad. They were super bad.
Yeah, they were.
If he has claws plus double slippers, that is a very, very different demon.
But I think even with a circlet or gauntlets, there was no real chance for him after the town portal. That's quite interesting. ReMinD again, taking his sweet time. Ah, okay, he can't be invited as he's not on the friend list of the organizer. It's new.
Yeah, I would surprise if ReMinD goes into tries to go into bears so carelessly again. Nobody seems to have ReMinD.
Who invited him to the first map then? I don't have him either.
Is esl-radio in here?
Yeah. They have so many accounts, man, you can't keep track anymore. Actually, the TP was good. It saved some moon juice. Nah, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, it did, but I think you can just easily walk away from this. Yeah, interesting first game, and maybe that sets the tone for the rest of the series. For everybody, ReMinD was the clear favorite. I mean, he was the underdog throughout the entire tournament, except for this match, and now he's down 1-0. Or, like, it's back to 1-1. His advantage is gone. Quite interesting. They still can't invite ReMinD too.
Did esl-radio do it before? I'm gonna message esl-radio.
Of course, if you like what you see, you can follow us on this very channel. We're on the road to 30,000 followers. Just 500 and a bit remaining. And that would be a big milestone for us. It actually didn't took that long from 20,000 to 30,000, which is absolutely astonishing. And of course we have, if you missed some games, we have our YouTube at youtube.com/backtowarcraft and social media on Facebook and Twitter that you can follow easily. We're on the road to 4K and 2K there. So big milestones ahead. But ahead is game 3. ReMinD had the 1-0 lead. Moon equalized, and now we go on to Last Refuge.
All right. We both expect talent play more so than we did on map number 1, where no talents at all were involved. We saw some bears, we saw some hunts, some archers, and a lot of APs from Moon. He continues today with his decisive play. And he hasn't been punished yet for an all-in, which may have been too risky, which may have been too predictable. And once again, Moon is going for something that at least in Europe would be out of them, would not be the cookie cutter build, I guess we could call it. Because what ReMinD is doing here with the aggressive Ancient of War creeping, that is the standard in Europe. But Moon, for him, it's looking like a Huntress opening.
Yeah. He seems to be deeply in love with Huntress, seeing them in every single game against Infi, seeing them in the first game against ReMinD, and now no Ancient of War. This must be Huntress then.
Absolutely. I'm hoping for a Potom. Please, Potom. Come on. Oh, yeah, baby.
No way. Potom Mass Huntress on LR. I think that's quite hard to play because there's so many chokes on this map where you could be blocked.
But I think Potom Mass Hunts, of course, the bigger the numbers get, the better the aura is and all that, sure. But also, hunts are pretty, they fall off the longer the game goes, first against high-tech units, but I think even more so against high-level heroes. And if you apply pressure with hunts early with a Potom, the demon might have a lot of trouble getting to level 3. This being LR though, getting to level 1, to level 2 is going to be free with the Goblin Merchant creep. Unless, of course, the Potom can find some snipes.
True that, so Searing Arrow first should be the case. Wisp sees it. Oh, yeah, there we see the Searing Arrow. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Oh. Nice, saves it. Is he actually going to let this finish?
Why not? I mean, it's a cool distraction. And he wants time now to buff his Demon Hunter. Potom is too late with this. Getting a big healing potion, which is very nice at this point. So, now it's Potom sniping time. How much can she get? Number 1.
Got that one. For experience, if she kills the Wisps here, maybe the Ancient of War might even be in trouble. Or the Archer. Or Neo. Searing Arrows. It's a pretty good orb, right?
Plus 10 damage, man. Strongest orb in the game in terms of damage.
That's...
Ooh, that was close.
Not quite enough though. And already this bottom low HP and out of mana.
Yeah.
Means healing up from Moonwell is gonna be super expensive.
He needs some time though for his own Huntress, but in the meantime, Moon's Engine of War is up. And he can easily kill that Moonwell. Of course, he can't walk away, or that thing can't walk away. And ReMinD is responding with Mass Huntress as well.
Alright, awesome!
A player's force is
Mass
under
tier
attack.
1 mass hunts. And as I say that, actually we have Moon teching to tier 2.
Yeah. I was surprised to see only one Engine of War.
Maybe he wants to get to Dryads fairly quick. Of course, Mass Dryads is basically the best counter to Mass Hunts.
This is really interesting now, as there's a lot of pressure in Moon's base, but he ventures out with the Haha, another end snare. Pretty unlucky. Who's gonna get the kill?
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, Creep's got the Archer, but he got the Creep. And ReMinD has a lot of information now. He knows in what state the bottom is, he knows what's going on in the base, he sees the tech. And Moon is playing this a little bit blind, I think.
With the Huntress. Oh, is this a round on the demon?
No way.
He has the greater healing though, so pretty rough. And the bottom already used all of her moon juice. And she's still low HP.
Yeah, he definitely needs boots to run away from the Demon Hunter. Zero
Oh,
arrow.
the damage on the demon.
Ah,
Greater healing
potion.
forced.
Wait, this is bad. There's Shadow Melt though. But there's Dust as well. This
Don't
bottom has
knock
the
yourself.
TP.
Oh,
Oh, whoa,
Run.
whoa, whoa.
run, run, run!
There's
There's
a
a
Wisp.
Wisp block coming out almost.
Player's forces
Oh my
are
god.
under attack.
That's
Jesus
enough, though.
Christ.
Mana
One
burn.
mana burn.
Town is under siege.
Just waiting for it to be above 21 mana so it does damage. And gets the kill. ReMinD not impressed with this Huntress play at all. But the bottom was only level 1. We'll be back in a bit. But what a jump start for the Demon Hunter here. Close to level 2. Despite not finishing his spot there. Level 2, this is evasion.
But I think this has to be the TP now, right?
Yeah. He's getting
Or
blocked.
can he maybe walk out of this? No.
Bottom is almost back. Will the Huntress portal with him? Nope, he keeps up the pressure. Moon loses this and is supply stuck.
Oh
That's
wow.
bad. Tier 2 and supply stuck. Yeah, this hurts. There's an expansion coming for him in the upper right, the lower right.
This one Ancient of War
Yeah.
has totally shifted the dynamic. There's an AP coming.
Yep. And APs are so good against Huntress.
Jesus Christ. What is this game? He's waking up the creeps here. That's a nice move.
They will help, but only a bit. Bottom tanking so much damage again. Demon Hunter comes back from the right. Uh-oh. It's not looking good for Moon at all. Is ReMinD on tier 1? Yeah. ReMinD mass pressure on tier 1. But at the moment, Moon can't get his tier 2 units. Not even the buildings.
If he had a bit of time here for maybe an Ancient of Lore for a Dryad or two. Or some APs, but yeah.
Yeah, he's building one. Now that will take some time.
But the pressure is not subsiding.
New Hunter streaming in. Demon Hunter takes care of the AP. And ReMind's AP is marching forward. He does have an Engine of War and an AP now there.
Town is under siege.
And the expansion might be up, but what good is that doing him right now? Nothing. Another Moonwell will be getting destroyed. He has ample Moonwells in reserve, so he's not going to get supply stuck, fortunately. But he is behind in supply. And the bottom is low HP. And most importantly, the AP. How's he going to deal with this one?
Oh, I don't know. There's no damage against this. There's no Glaive Thrower. And the expansion is up, yeah, but he doesn't even have the time to creep it. Walking... What the hell? Going for the Moon Juice there to be back, but now she's completely surrounded, or could be completely surrounded. AP is helping. Second AP coming for ReMinD. And this Tree of Ages is gone.
Yeah, even if the Wisps come out to repair, of course, there's bouncing glaives. There's no way of saving that one. Can he maybe stabilize with the new base he's getting soon?
Town is under
He's establishing one in the bottom right, using 5 Huntress, not for a defense, but for creeping. That's why the bottom is level 2.5 all of a sudden. And has True-Shot Aura for the first time. But the base is in shambles. And ReMinD could expand here quite easily. And Moon gets a taste of his own medicine with this Huntress play against him.
And one of the few resources he had here, he's using for the Scroll of Healing, moving towards the main of ReMinD. There's only 2 Huntresses here for him currently, but there's more coming out, of course. And we do have the Aura now. So quite a bit of damage on these hunts. Is he trying to surround the demon?
Yeah.
I think he is, but
There's no TP. But he squeezes through. And now a lot of these Huntresses are blocked. Level 3 though. And the
doesn't want to dive in though. Oh, nice surround here on one of these hunts.
Bottom has to be careful though. Does have a scroll. Needs to use it soon. There we go. Nice timing.
Alright. Gets 1 kill at the very least. 1 Huntress, of course, has scouted the expansion down there. Only 1 Wisp in the mine currently. This is going to be changed here. Oh, the bottom once again. If she gets blocked here, perhaps she dies. Oh no, you can't lose her! But he does.
Oh god, for the GG. For the first time today, Moon was outplayed with a nice response by ReMinD. Seeing that, yeah, the very, very early game already went so well for ReMinD. Scouting the bottom, seeing, okay, this will take some time until his Huntress come up. So I have time to go Huntress myself, and I outmass him.
Yeah, and already the very first Ancient of War there causing issues. The bottom moving back and forth, thinking about where she wants to go, not being able to steal too many creeps from the first camp. We also have to say that greater healing potion certainly came in handy. But very well played by ReMinD. We have a new sub, by the way, by Jen. Love subbing for the first time. Thank you very much, man, and welcome.
Indeed, thank you. Last day of September. Use it, boys. Tomorrow it's gonna be 50% more expensive than it is today. And we're waiting for the players. It's gonna be AI next. And this is match points for ReMinD for the first time.
Exactly.
Moon is under pressure now. If he loses this, he has to go to the semi-final of the Ascension phase against TH or Infi. Not that easy. But he did it before. 3-0 over TH, 3-1 over Infi, right?
Yep.
AI. Recently, we've seen a lot of mass archers on AI.
Makes sense, of course, with the middle being pretty tight. Not too hard to block that up with maybe a few Agents of War, maybe an early shop, maybe pressuring early with a Naga there.
Yeah, very, very likely to go for a double Naga fight in the middle. What date will the GCS main event start? I don't know. They don't know. I asked yesterday, but no info. Which is quite bad, because we have to plan a lot. But that's how it is with GCS. As it seems.
But it's gonna be by NetEase again, right?
Pretty sure. I don't know, though. Yeah, maybe it's gonna be late November, maybe early December. We'll see about that. Definitely this year. I think they will, like, connect it to NSL Ascension phase, because then the players are already there. Like Moon, ReMinD.
Yeah, it makes sense, I guess.
TH, Infi.
So you don't think it's gonna be middle of November?
I don't think think so. I mean, it's so late already. That would be just 1 month. I'm not sure. I think should be a little delayed. No, they can't invite ReMinD again.
Who invited him the last time?
I don't know. Ah, Lawlight, I think. Lawlight seems to be fairly confident about his group tomorrow in GCS, Asia qualifier number 3. He's with Vila, TBCBM, and WFZ. He says top 2 is easy. Let's see about that. GCS qualifiers have been so crazy that it's fairly unpredictable nowadays.
If Lin doesn't make it, man, all the orcs are gonna start crying around the world.
Well, we have Fly and Focus there.
Yeah, but offline focus, Neo. We need Lin.
But maybe this time, Remo. Maybe this time.
We've been saying this a couple of times, though.
Yep. Many years.
But alright, no orcs here on AI. Once again, of course, going to be Night Elf versus Night Elf. We saw Moon trying his hand at something a little special here. With a Potom Mass Hunts. That did not quite work out, though. Let's see if he's going to go back to the standard, go back to the Demon Hunter. But of course, it doesn't mean that this game will have to continue in a standard fashion. We saw a very successful AP push being pulled off earlier. I wonder how this game's gonna go.
Stakes are high for both of them. If ReMinD wins, he is guaranteed top 2 at NSL 2017. That makes him $4,400 richer and a good chance of doubling the money to $8,800, which is the prize for the gold medal at NSL. The third place, the loser of this match, has a guaranteed $3,600 guaranteed. Also not that bad. Both start with an engine of war in the middle of the map. This time, more standard from both of them. We see a Demon Hunter here. We see a Demon Hunter here. Moon, quite a bit faster though with it. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have a meeting point in the middle of the map.
And I think it was Moon who I saw trying to be a little aggressive early, trying to push back the opponent as much as possible and have a shop ready once tier 2 finishes for the quick staff, and maybe even potions if you want to. And then, yeah, establishing dominance in the middle of the map. Wisp scouting here, coming out from both sides. Moon sees his opponent right away, and ReMinD wants to know, are you being a sneaky little bugger? Are you creeping up your natural? But no, that's not going to be happening. No risks being taken yet.
Okay, creeping starts. Claws, of course, and circlets much appreciated. Demon Hunters pop out of the altar. Is Moon gonna be aggressive? I don't think he can afford it, right? Otherwise the Engine of War dies, so he has to help a bit here.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to repair, exactly. ReMinD with a circlet here, Moon with a circlet as well. ReMinD was very unfortunate with his item drops. On AZ, this time it seems to be starting off a little better. And I hope neither of them are denying their creeps. Okay, very good. No lightning shield here, so we don't have to be afraid.
No Huntress. Oh, actually, ReMinD is going for Huntress Hole. Late attack. Old European fashion to transition into the tech with Huntresses. Or, yeah, it's just single Huntress, so nothing too fancy. But Tech of Moon is quite a bit faster. That means he's gonna have his Naga first. Might be a better position for the Naga fight at tier 2.
Yep. Of course, with the early Huntress play, you want to dominate the early game. Don't want to give your opponent any free creep camps. Maybe want to, however, at the same time, be creeping up a little bit yourself. Wisp was scouting here, where Moon is creeping, but There's nothing being done about this by ReMinD at the moment. So the DH on both sides will be stacking up a little more ring for Moon, and ReMinD gets the ring as well.
Both with the same items, I like that. They venture out to the mercenary camps, check that a bit. I'm not going for mercenaries here. Moon is a little faster with his creeping the entire time, also faster with the tech, obviously. Quite a bit, but we do have Ultra Vision on ReMinD's side, that could come in handy. And Huntresses, of course. Shop for Moon in the middle. We saw that quite a bit, so he can go for the staff immediately after purchasing the Naga.
But with Huntresses being out so early, that shop might be in danger of dying soon. We have how many archers? There's a 6th archer coming for Moon. This is not going to be bears.
I like that. Mass range versus this Huntress play by ReMinD. I wonder how he backs that up. Maybe only mass dryads.
A player's forces are
Against
under
talents,
attack.
of course. Not that bad. Against archers it is bad, though.
Moon was having a little bit of trouble here. Creeping. Archers dropping low. But the demon almost got level 3. And that's really not what you want to have happen when you go for this early game investment with the hunts. Don't want to give the opposing first hero so much space, but there
is a Huntress Hall in Moon's base,
What?
far in the back. That's very unusual to go for that many archers and then back it up with a Huntress Hall.
Yeah, 6 archers and improved bows upgrade. And he TP's home. Wow.
Yeah, he's at tier 2 now. He wants to block this to make sure his tier 2 buildings come up. And make sure that ReMinD can't easily access this. Moon with a Naga here. I think ReMinD did not go for that one, right? But also not for Keeper. This has to be the Naga. Oh, Dark Ranger!
Dark Ranger.
He thinks he's going into mass range. And then Dark Ranger is amazing with Silence against the Talons and Black Arrow against all those low HP units. But against Bears and Dryads, it is horrendous.
Absolutely, it is
Mind games,
complete
man.
Crap.
Moon mind games.
Yeah. Oh boy. A single hero pick can backfire quickly. Mana Stone here, also very unthankful for ReMinD in the south. Moon cautious about if he wants to creep, where he wants to creep. His TP is gone. There's no Zeppelin available yet in the laboratory, but he now finds the courage to take out the Warlord. Possibly a great item to come with that as well. We have a lot of Wisps moving out of the main for ReMinD. This is again gonna be an AP push.
It's definitely weird. I mean, Moon is quite delayed. He's not going to tier 3. He gets his lores up this time. There was a lot of scouting being done. There's no expansion. But yeah, must be the case. Moonwell here for a little bit of regen. Shop there. Does he have a staff? Yes. Staff and 2 potions. Yeah, very decisive all in again by ReMinD. AP is coming.
Getting Nature's Blessing now as well. Oh, the Wisp. Oh, did he see that? It was still nighttime. Did he have Ultra Vision?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Only ReMinD has Ultra Vision.
But with 2 healing potions on the Demon Hunter, he should pretty much know what's going on.
So this time he doesn't go directly to bears. He goes for dryads, but builds an AP, well protected.
Yeah,
but with
I like
that
the
position,
AP. That's good.
Yeah, but with this position, wait, is the camp free, the laboratory, or did he just go for the Warlord?
It should be crap, but since it's still
it's
colored,
still red
maybe
dot.
he left something. 5 APs though, holy crap.
This is such an all-in. So many resources.
Only has 1 Wisp here for repair, by the way. That's pretty low. Making more after. Because the Nature's Blessing just finished, and here we go. Enter on the move. Of course, Dryads not really the best answer against Ancient Protectors.
No, they fall like flies against them. So, how well can he keep them alive? Fortified armor now. The 4th one is finished and the 5th one as well. But there's no repair currently.
A player's forces are
Building
under
glaive throwers as well now. No tier 3 by Moon. Not even started yet. He had to invest so much into his defenses. And 4 dryads to do something against it.
Wand of the Wind against the Huntress. Interesting choice. But it seems like it's pretty hard for ReMinD to actually reach the range units of Moon.
It's still... Pressure is really high. He can work with the glaive thrower against the AP now. And then I think he should have a great position. Moon has to defend this. Otherwise, he only ends up with the 2nd place. And in the semi-final of the main event.
Demon Hunter, both of course in the front lines here, positioned to tank up a lot of damage. This defensive AP by Moon, being mass repair, but also buying so much time. 1 AP way too far up front here for ReMinD. That one's definitely going to be going down. When Hunt also dies, it seems like Moon is putting up a good defense here.
Yeah, he's building the Moonwells in the back this time, so he won't get supply stuck again, which I like. I like the Wand of the Wind against the glaive thrower as well. Very rare to see that. Still no tier 3. So weird. And yeah, it's gonna be a glaive thrower war soon. And we have seen that
Moon
before.
is making new Moonwells here, getting ready, but it's looking pretty strong by Moon.
Man. Very, very comfortable situation. Of course, the Dark Ranger doesn't do anything now. He's moving forward again, still no repair, and I think that's the biggest mistake of ReMinD. Going for too many APs, but not having Wisps there with them.
Yeah, I think so too, and also Moon realizing he doesn't need to get to tier 3, just needs to have a lot of stuff, so the APs don't get far forward too easily, too freely. Remember how on AZ those APs just entangled in the base, and there was nothing that ReMinD then could do about it. The AP finally falls for Moon, but it's only 2 left for ReMinD as well.
Oh, the 2nd glaive throw in a bad position. Demon Hunter is diving in deep. Is there a staff? Yeah, there is. Oh, that was close. But Demon Hunter out of the fight. Time to clean up now.
And there's barely any real army. We have a couple of glaives, but they're not really protected too well, with only 2 APs left. Now we have mass Wisp repair on both sides, and the glaives will start dying so quickly. Level 4 already for this Demon Hunter. Yeah, this is finally held.
Yeah, for sure. GG! Moon makes it a best of 1. It is 2-2 now in this grand final of the playoff stage. Damn, what a good defense, what a good reaction. But also questionable execution by ReMinD, to be honest. I think the most important thing here, Dark Ranger, not working at all.
Yeah.
Plus the forgotten repair.
And also he wasn't able to do damage earlier on, so once these APs were coming towards the main, the entire army was still standing.
Yeah.
For Moon. Had time to get the his own glaive throwers, had that well-positioned, well-timed early AP of his own, being repaired, buying so much time for him. That just looked like perfect defense.
Yeah. Very interesting how differently he responds to this AP push. First, he tries to go for bears. This fails heavily. And then it was, okay, that didn't work. I go for something else. And this AP behind the 2 Moonwells, that bought so much time.
And yeah, we're down to our very last map. It's going to be Twisted Meadows. I wonder what it's going to be here. This is one of the maps where we see Mass Huntress the most.
Yeah.
And Potom actually as well.
And we have seen a lot of Zeppelin play with glaive throwers too. Especially from Moon recently.
Oh, yeah. Shooting holes into the forest and all that.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Yoz in chat. Welcome, man. Are you going to ESL Hamburg or what? Tell me, baby. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, funny that it ends on Moon Meadows.
Is this a sign, Neo?
Maybe it is.
The Night Elves, they have dominated at least the later stages of this tournament. The humans didn't have an answer, but between these two players, we have seen a very even matchup so far, and yeah. This one map determines a lot. A lot of prize money will already be secured for the winner of TM.
This series reminds me a little bit of StarCraft, where some matches are decided just by build order or like what tactic you go for. It was not big micro battles that usually decide Warcraft games or macro decisions when you go for an expansion or something. But wins by build. And let's see who's gonna be better on the last map of today. Who's gonna claim the spot in the grand final of the Ascension phase, and who has to play the semi-final. We will see that. Moon was down twice. Can he win the series in the end, or is it ReMinD? Oops, I didn't want to do that. Plays again. Moon and Red spawning in the bottom left. ReMinD in blue spawning in the upper left. And that means one of the players has a spawning advantage. And that is ReMinD with access to the mercenary camp immediately. If Moon won't punish this.
Yeah, this can be a big deal, man. Early Shadow Priest, not so much, but the Berserker certainly adds a lot of damage into your army, and way harder to kill than those archers, obviously. But there's no scouting going on, so this should go unpunished. Demon Hunter from both sides. And no early Huntress play. I thought one of them was gonna go for it at least.
You can still follow it up, like start with the Engine of War, creep it, and then build the Huntress Hall in the back.
Yeah. Of course, for ReMinD, especially taking out these mercenaries early is so yeah, seems to be such a good idea, because you can buy the mercs from there, don't have to. Oh no, he's losing the wisp to the creeps. Oh man. ReMinD in the final game. The reason you do this is you drag out the creeps, that way your archer doesn't get bolted, but he sent the wisp in too far. And for some reason, they're starting to attack the Ancient of War. Everything's going wrong here.
Uh-oh, we have seen this before from... Was it Moon? I think it was Moon, but it was on Turtle Rock where everything went wrong for him. It was GCS before he was eliminated. But yeah, this is really weird. I hope he can catch up. Oh boy, he needs to repair.
His creep is a little slower. And he lost one wisp. Those are the two negatives here that resulted from this. Items not great at all for ReMinD once again. But on the other side, also the demon only with the ring. He was scouting this with his own wisp here, ReMinD, and Moon's not wasting any time himself either, eating his way through the trees, and he's gonna have Merc Camp support here himself.
So fast.
Absolutely.
Like, left the creep spot before the two poachers were finished. Here's the Shadow Priest number 1, here's Shadow Priest number 2. We do not see attack on ReMind's side yet. Moon with the same. No Huntress Hall as well. So pure creeping. A potion of mana for him as well. So it's exactly the same for them. Except the Cloak of Shadows. But here comes the creep check.
Alright, can he kill something here? Can he force something? Steal something? Getting the Ancient of War would probably be the best. But that one is not taking too much damage anymore. Nice block from the archer here, keeping his Shadow Priest alive. If he chases, he may be able to get it, but it's gonna take a while.
He decides to go for it without boots, so this opens up the Engine of War for the Demon Hunter and the Archer here, plus the creeps are still there. There is one repair wisp. You saw the warrior got... No.
Oh, he surrounds the Troll Berserker. That's a really nice pick.
Nice. But Moon gets the second one on the northern mercenary camp. So it's 1 loss, 1 win.
Alright.
The AOW is still alive. So, bases. Tier 2 tech by Moon. Still no Hunter's Hall. On the other side, Tier 2 tech by ReMinD. He goes for the Hunter's Hall to wall off his base. And the Shadow Priest is alive. Moon deciding to go for a little bit of pressure here, though.
Moon does have the resources now for the Hunter's Hall if he wants to. Of course, he invested heavily into Mercs early. Seems like he's gonna get the kill onto this one Shadow Priest. Could have perhaps saved it with a Moon Juice, but didn't. Staff home now to save his Wisps at the very least.
Yeah, Staff and Boots. A very, very mobile Demon Hunter now. Lots of movement speed. Saves all his mercenaries, that's important. Experience-wise, they are quite equal. Hunter's Hall for Moon now. Looks like we're going to a bare mirror, but we have said this before. And then we were surprised by AP pushes. And especially on TM... Ooh, I was just about to say denies the creep, but no. Especially on TM, ReMinD has the special strategy where he pushes with Ancient of Wars in the middle of the game.
Nice deny there onto his one archer, and that might be a big deal because the demon for his opponent is very close to level 3, but very nice by Moon here, anticipating this creeping happening. Kills the Ancient, and that means he can't... ReMinD can't creep anymore. Oh, might this be a TP force here with a Purge? Don't think so. Both have boots. He will get away.
Naga second for Moon, more pressure.
And once again, the Keeper responds
A player's forces are
for
under
ReMinD. I keep my eye on the mini map here, looking for some AP somewhere, but not yet. Not coming yet.
No Wisps moving out or anything.
Oh, but he's gonna get the lures. Oh man, he's gonna get both. Does he have a tally staff ready?
Yeah, the town
was cooling down, only ready now.
Okay, this takes some time. Lures are not down yet, but the upper one will fall for sure. Demon Hunter might be forced into a TP out that could save the Ancient of Lore. I'm lagging a bit here, and both lures fall. Well done. But here comes the Entangle, but too late.
Consolation prize will be the Shadow Priest, but well worth it for Moon. Both the lures down.
Such a massive time advantage now for the 5th race. Get his Dryads earlier, we'll get his Dispel earlier, especially against Entangle. So important. And ReMinD finally level 3. Actually not, since he has to split that experience.
And he decides to go for the tier 3 now rather than the second lore. Second lore, of course, will be coming up after, but certainly delayed. That means that he's going to be lower on Dryads for longer and maybe even having to wait for Abolish longer. Of course, he doesn't need Abolish as bad since there's no Ensnare yet to be worrying about. Entangle, excuse me.
Can he snipe that Berserker? Naga does a lot of damage, Keeper has been dragged away. So this is not working for ReMinD at all.
Of course, he would love to get some kills here with the Entangles, but pretty much out of mana now. Well, he might be able to get the Ancient of War that will limit Moon's creeping. That's a nice find. Oh, and Ensnare again. Oh man, this troll is being betrayed by his brethren. Oh, but the demon, he needs a TP out of this. Yeah.
Nice save. Keeper has enough experience, HP to stay there. Lore is up. Second one about to be up. Tier 3 halfway done. How close? Moon stays on tier 2. Whoa.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
I think just looking for a straight up push into his opponent's base without AP backup. He has double potion of healing. Oh, and this demon is taking a lot of damage.
Double slow from Dryads, and Naga can't reach at the moment, so boots. Oh, the boots are not on him.
Oh, the muddy coming in. He needs a staff. Alright.
Boy, is it enough? Yeah, it is enough. Dryads coming only now. Fast move into bears. But they won't have Adept. Ancient Protector coming, but I think that's too late. Dryads is streaming in to the main base. Keeper is low. Demon Hunter is low. Moonwell situation is horrible. His Demon Hunter is trapped there thanks to the positioning of the Berserker. Kills the shop. Also no potions for ReMinD. This could be the end, and it is the end! Moon finishes the playoff phase as number 1. ReMinD made it through the winner bracket, had a 1-0 advantage, but today it was the 5th race, being superior over Infi, and he was superior over ReMinD as well. Second place guaranteed, $4,400 guaranteed, and only 1 series to win the championship. What a day for Moon again!
Seriously, this was just his tournament. Ever since he dropped down to the lower bracket, he has been impressing like crazy.
Yeah. And he made it from the first round of the losers bracket to win this. He walked through the entire loser bracket. 3-2 over Yumiko, 3-1 over Focus, 3-0 over TH. That was the fattest exclamation mark in Warcraft Autumn 2017. Today 3-1 over Infi, and now the 3-2 over ReMinD. Impressive run by Moon. Unbelievable.
I hope we can keep this up, Neo. I hope we can keep this up, because we have seen Moon having these peak performances before and then falling off again.
Yeah.
We all want to see him being consistent, being reliably one of the greatest Night Elves in the world. Of course, historically, he has always been up there, but he has had some slumps. He's had some peaks. I hope now he can stabilize with this form. And if he does, not only does he have a great chance of winning this Ascension phase coming up sometime in the future, but also GCS, other tournaments in the future. If he keeps on playing like this, man, especially against human, he is looking like a goddamn monster.
Indeed. Maybe he was a bit lucky that 1-0 didn't qualify for the playoffs. Otherwise, maybe it would have been like a little bit harder for him. Also, WFZ got in the playoffs. The only undead in this playoff phase was Lucifer, if I'm not mistaken. So,
yep.
Am I right? Yeah, I am
That's
right.
right.
But yeah, humans and orcs don't have a chance against him at the moment. And it seems like he turned the tides in Knight of Mirror as well. The APs and Huntress, they carried him to where he is now. And we will show you the end result of the second phase of NSL group stage over. And now playoff phase over, but we have the Ascension phase left. It's gonna start with Infi versus TH. Battle of the Brothers again. We have seen this in the winner bracket semi-final there. Infi was superior, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, winning 3-2, but it was very close and very interesting. The winner of that best of 5, with Infi having the 1-0 advantage, will face ReMinD, who ended up second here. And the winner of that game will go into the grand final against Moon. So that is the conclusion of NSL playoffs. I would love to give you a date on when this Ascension tournament is going to happen. It's all going to be one day, so they have to play this all in a row. So if the humans make it far, it's going to be a stressful day for them. And Moon can just chill, relax, and wait for his opponent. She will welcome with open arms with a 1-0 lead here. Yeah, man, that was NSL for today. And Moon is back.
Yeah, really cool to see. Really, really cool to see. And we don't know when NSL exactly will continue. If you want to find that out, of course, the best way to do that is follow us on Twitter, Facebook, everything / Back to Warcraft. We also have a homepage, backtowarcraft.com, where you can always see next few casts coming up. The next cast for us will be tomorrow, not NSL, but GCS qualifier. And it's going to be the last ones for Europe and Asia over the weekend. 5
slots will be given out. 4 for Asia, 1 for the Western scene, and the Asian qualifier is quite packed. We start with Group A and B tomorrow. Of course, we're going to follow only one of them. The groups are the before-mentioned Lawlight group, but Group A is Chamiko, Sock, Lucifer, and Colorful. Interesting, because very even, in my opinion. All B-tier players. Everybody could make it out of there, I think. Group B...
Think so too.
Right. Group B is Lawlight, Viola, TBCBM, and WFZ, so 2 big favorites for the 4 slots. I think Lalai and WSC should have the upper hand here, but we'll see. Group C is Night Elf and Orc, ReMinD, Pinge, Fast, and Elegant. On paper, the weakest group. Looks like an easy walkthrough for ReMinD, but we have seen like Lucifer losing to TBCBM here. And in those qualifiers, everything is possible, even if it's best of 3, not best of 1. And Group D, again the strongest maybe, with Soen, who has shown good performances recently. Sini, who can always beat Orcs and Night Elves here and there. And we have, again, Lyn versus Yumiko. So that is...
Keeps on popping up.
Keeps on popping up. Group C and D on Friday. Group A and B tomorrow. 1 p.m. CST. Wait, is it PM? Yeah, right. It's like 13 CST. It's 1 p.m., right? I always get that confused. Noise! And the Western qualifier together with the playoffs of the Asian qualifier on Saturday, on Sunday. So the only thing you have to remember, if it's 1 p.m., tune in to twitch.tv/back2warcraft. There's going to be amazing content for you tomorrow and Friday with me. Saturday and Sunday, Remo and Neo together. And yeah, we're still on the way to 30,000 followers here at twitch.tv. So if you like this and if you want to get noticed whenever we are live, feel free to hit that follow button there somewhere. And yeah, we're just 500 followers away, so that would be nice. If you really like it, feel free to use the last day of Septober for a subscription here. You get replay packs, no advertisements, emotes, and a subscription badge. And of course, you support this hopefully wonderful project. At least to me, it seems to be that way. Also, we have merchandise. You can buy those nice shirts at b2wshop.com and DE. What else is there? If you missed games, we're on YouTube. We have PayPal as well. And a contest up. $100 map making contest in collaboration with Hive Workshop. You can use that. You can use contest.back2warcraft.com or visit hiveworkshop.com directly.
I think that's it for the plugs. Well done, Neo. You got them all in. I hope you guys are going to pay attention to them. I hope you enjoyed today's cast. This was the first day of the 5-day cast week for us here. Gonna finish on Sunday, and I hope we're gonna be seeing you lots and lots the next few coming days. Oh, and a quick sub before September ends from Hotfix Guru. Thank you very much, by the way. Also, Lion King 102 resubbed for 21 months, cheering for Moon. Thank you guys all very much. And yeah, I hope we'll see you again tomorrow with more Warcraft action, of course, as you can expect here from Back to Warcraft.